Now, I have to say, at this point in time, well, I've already said that we have the freedom to choose which chapter we go to next. But it's something that's kind of just really cool, because it makes it feel as though you are completely in control of how the story is progressing, and also it's like a side chapter that really has meaning for certain characters. So if we speak to Yurick, we'll find out what's bothering him.
Where are you going? For a walk. A walk? You don't know what kind of monsters might be out there. It's too dangerous to go alone.
You worry too much. I can handle myself.
We're friends, aren't we? It's only natural that I'd be worried. Why are you being like this? Can't you at least tell me where you're going?
There's a shipwreck out there. I want to investigate it.
A shipwreck? You into boats or something?
What does it matter to you?
So you're going to want to say, I'm coming too. So,
This is my problem, not yours.
Screw
I
that.
told you. It's too dangerous out there on your own. I'm coming whether you like it or not.
Indeed.
Fine then, whatever. But don't expect me to wait up for you if you start slowing me down.
Then I'll make sure I don't.
Now, I have to say, up until this point, Yurick had really been annoying me. Because he was so kind of anti the group. But I do love this chapter. It's amazing.
Yurick, wait!
Hidden beneath the island, the wrecked ship lay. Judging by its rotting hull, it could have been there for an eternity.
And so we begin, chapter 14, Shipwreck. Now, as you've probably already guessed, this ship has some manner of importance to Yurick, otherwise he wouldn't be, you know, searching
Maybe we can go this way.
the place.
Yurick, wait.
But still,
I'll check it out. Hey! I told you to wait!
he's not very good at listening to orders, is he?
Great. This looks like the right way.
Now, you are going to want to be careful in the shipwreck, because at present, you don't have anybody who can heal you. So if you take damage, you're not going to be able to recover it. So you are going to want to watch out. Thankfully, there aren't really that many enemies. I don't think the area is replayable, so do make sure you try and grab all the chests available. I believe I'm going to show you every single one, so don't worry too much on that front, but still. Now, ooh, I thought it was about to be a seek, look up, but no, it was just a sandbag decided to whack us in front of the face.
Zael! Yurick! Watch out! We're trapped!
Now, these wonderful, evil spiders. As you can see, they poison you, which is very frustrating. What you're going to want to do is get Yurick to utilise his fire attacks to knock them off the ceiling. But as you can see, that is easier said than done, because you are in such a small arena. And this is also what I meant by you do need to be careful, because you've not got anybody here to heal you. Now definitely go for the telling Yurick to use fire, because it will then mean he'll only kind of take 3 seconds to attack instead of 10. and that means that you get to do this wonderful ride, move on them, and kill them a bit
Aren't you
quicker.
glad that I'm here?
Hey, I never asked you to come with me, remember?
So yeah, there are lots of hidden kind of passageways in this ship, which hold treasure. So you are going to want to look out for them.
Whoa.
But it's not too difficult to find them all. It's only kind of after a certain bit of the level, well, certain bit of the dungeon that you can more easily miss things. Either way, let us continue onwards.
Yurick!
Stupid crab.
Just save your strength.
I can feel the poison.
Mirania isn't here. What now? There could be an antidote around here somewhere. Stay here. I'm gonna go and look for one. I'll be back soon.
Don't keep me waiting too long.
I don't plan to. Okay, I'm going. I'm the only one who can save Yurick. I have to do something. I can't waste any time. There must be an antidote.
Now the antidote that we need is kind of in a room upstairs, but there's quite a few chests that we can grab, that we're going to want to grab before we return any antidote to Yurick. It sounds harsh, and it is. We are essentially making him wait closer to potentially being dead. All in the name of collecting some treasure. But there's no time limit on this, so don't worry too much. Yurick will be fine. Now, this room is important in that you are going to want to, well, the antidote's there, and you are going to want to grab that, but you are also going to want to go through this door here. Essentially, nothing's going to kind of leap out and attack you, but there's treasure chests. There is a treasure chest down the other door path, but I believe you can't access it until after a certain point, at which point you will pretty much kind of lose access to that room. It's a bit of a dick move, and to be perfect honest, I'm sure you could kind of run backwards and make sure you grab everything. Oh yes, also, you can go down both. But there's only one that does a chest which requires you to go down this path later on to be able to get the final chest. But either way, if you just follow what I'm doing, you should get all of them. Or if I missed one, most of them. See, it didn't take us that long to get the antidote and get back down after doing our nice little treasure hunt. But let's go give it to Yurick. I think he needs it right now.
Yurick, how you doing?
Looks like I owe you. I'll pay you back somehow.
No, forget about it. I mean, I can't count how many times your magic has saved me.
That's my job. It's what I'm paid for. But you're only here because I made a big fuss about it. It's not the same.
We're friends, right? It's normal to help each other. Right, up you get. Let's climb up here. Try not to push yourself, okay?
Now, I think you might be able to see why I like this chapter so much. It kind of... It's basically massive character development for Yurick, and it's great to see.
Yurick, did you hear something just now?
I know I did.
Don't tell me you're scared.
Of course not. It's just... I get the feeling we're being watched. Above us.
2 of them.
Eat this! Yurick, hold fire!
Stop! It's me!
Dagran, why are you here? Mirania too.
Why am I here? Why are you here?
I'm so glad that you're both safe. I was getting so worried about you.
Well, Yurick, are you gonna tell them why we're here?
Forget it. I'm sure you have your reasons. It's pretty narrow up ahead. Let's split into 2 teams. Zael, which door do you want to take?
Now, this is the point where you are going to want to go through the right door, because it will give you access to the chest. The left door will just take you to a battle, pretty much.
Then I'll take the left. Zael, you're on the other side. Mirania, you're with me. Yurick, go with Zael.
I thought I was the one in command of the command style thingamajiggy. Why don't I get to tell people what to do? Either way, it's kind of a little bit ridiculous that
Squeeze. Really
Dagran and Mirania just turn up, but
back alleys as a kid.
oh well.
We can't get through here. Yurick, can you break the barrels?
Zael, out of the way.
Yeah, stay out of the way of this. It's going to hurt if you are close by. I mean, being kind of like around here is a decent distance away. But yeah, now I'm going to get a wee bit lost here because it's a little bit complicated. Essentially what you need to do is kick down the walls to be able to continue. However, it's not necessarily clear that the wall is kickable until
We can
you
probably
see
break this
it
wall.
says open. Pretty much your signal for it being kickable is that it's a little bit higher up. Now this is where you can miss a chest very easily. Essentially, it's just through this extra hole. It's a bit of a worthless prize, but it's still
Zael, I'm
something to
going
miss.
ahead.
Wait, where are you, Dagran? I'm slightly confused. I'm surprised we can hear you from here, but oh well. Them's the grapes, I guess.
Just like the ones that got me. Watch out for their poison.
Come on. Got to help Dagran. Yuri, blast those barrels!
Got it.
Now at this point, obviously, we still have to face down these damn spiders. Literally. I'm not too bothered by pretty much the majority of the enemies in the game, even the frustrating ones, but I can't stand the spiders. They are probably one of the most irritating enemies to fight that I've ever had the misfortune of dealing with.
Well done, Zael. Great timing.
I know it's because I kind of I'm not fighting them correctly, and that you're meant to try and attack them from the back, but it's a pain to try and get round to the back to attack them. Now, it is, I believe, maybe possible to fall over that. You don't want to do that, just because it kind of halts the flow of where they're going with this story. yeah, quite a few battles on our way through the ship
Sorry
now.
to keep you waiting.
Is everybody okay?
So be warned. Also, particularly be warned in here, because the archers, well, the undead archers up there can cause death. So make sure to kind of kill them as soon as is humanly possible, because otherwise that's not going to end well in the slightest. Now, as I was saying earlier, I do like this chapter a lot, because it develops Yurick into a really likeable character. I mean, we haven't seen the full extent of this likability just yet, but it makes sense out of his character, and it's just a really nice thing to see. There's one thing that I will say the last story does very well, is that even its optional missions, I mean, this isn't technically optional, but the optional missions develop characters. They aren't merely just, we're just going to throw you into a dungeon for no apparent reason, and you're just going to have to kind of deal with it. They actually have some form of story significance. Some of them less so than others. I mean, there's one later on where some reptids are kind of being able to nearly get into the city, and you have to go into the caves again to prevent them from getting through. But there are a fair few that are kind of really well done, and I'm quite a fan of them. Pretty much, if I recall correctly, there was only one optional chapter that I didn't play the first time I beat the game. More so because by that point I just wanted it to be over.
It's so dirty, I can't read it.
There's no need to read it. I already know. This is my father's ship.
Your father's?
He was the greatest sailor on the whole island. Every day he set sail before the crack of dawn. He protected our island. I was always really proud of my father. I remember it was a freezing morning, and the fog was incredibly thick. That was when pirates attacked our island. All the men went fearlessly to protect the village, but my father never returned home. There were rumors that he knew about the attack and fled for his life, but I couldn't believe them. I didn't want to believe them. But secretly, I always asked myself, what if he did run away? Me and my mother had to leave the village after that. It was a brutal journey. And while we were traveling, my mother, she died.
Yurick, forget the rumors. What do you believe? Did he run away?
I don't know, but I have to find out.
Then let's go. There's got to be some clues left. We'll find out the truth. Is this a dead end?
No. The captain's quarters are definitely here somewhere.
So yeah, you can see what I mean. Poor Yurick. It's heartbreaking that you had to go through that. But as I was saying earlier, with kind of wanting the game to be over earlier on, well, at the end of the game, it's basically just because there were new games coming out, and I used to be incredibly impatient when games started taking a bit longer. That's why I never played Xenoblade Chronicles. It's just like, I cannot spend 100 hours on a story. It's too much. I want new experiences by that point. Either way, let's get away from that and try and find out what the hell these creepy ass things are that are looking at us from behind the curtains. Very odd curtain installations that, I'm sorry, just but they look really bizarre in this shipwreck setting. I'm guessing that's the point, but
What's the
still.
smell?
It smells good. What is it?
It's Gamora shrimp stew and roast pheasant in campo sauce. Oh, and they're served with some freshly baked whole wheat bread.
You can tell that from here. Wow.
Mirania has got a nose on her to match that stomach.
look.
Bloody hell.
The table's served.
Wait, that means someone's still alive.
Oh, let's tuck in. Oh, please.
Don't think about it, Mirania. It might be poisoned.
And it was all in a mirror. Typical.
Yurick!
I guess he's still young. Maybe we don't know Yurick as well as we think we do.
To be fair, I'm surprised people thought they knew him at all. Really? I mean, seriously? He kind of has always kept himself to himself. Never divulged any personal information. It's just people you don't want to. Well, you wouldn't think
This must be it.
anything. Either way, save point. So I think you can probably tell what's just about to come up. So do make sure to save, because this battle can actually be slightly difficult, because of a certain thing that's going to be happening.
Yurick! Are you... okay?
No doubt about it. Dad. This is Dad's writing. It's been a week since we've been adrift. We still haven't seen land.
And the crew are in a terrible state. No mast, no rudder. The ship is like a huge coffin, bobbing up and down on the waves. All hope is lost for us.
So Dad was shipwrecked. But how? Why? The skies were totally clear.
I think we might be about to find out why.
Isn't me!
Now, I'm not quite sure what was going on with that video glitch, well, graphical glitch, but there's not really a whole lot we can do about it. Basically what you're going to want to do for the first part of this battle is get him to stand in, your doppelganger to stand in the flames.
Maybe it's just a chance.
If you attack him, then he will attack back and hurt you. Well, he'll guard and counter you, so don't try that. Essentially, your only way of hurting him is to make him stand in the flames. Takes a while to get through the first part of this fight. This bit's not the difficult bit. Tedious, yes. Difficult, not so much. But there's a second part to this fight with the doppelganger that can get a bit more painful. Now, I've not really brought up the status effects too much. I mean, it's largely because, for the most part, you can kind of get around them very easily. In the case of, like, Sticky, that's probably one of the most infuriating ones that they can throw at you. Because just being slowed down to such an extent is just painful. Especially when you're in the middle of fights where there's a lot going on and you just want to kill stuff. Either way, I think we have nearly got this little blighter down to the point where he is going to change the fight. So yes, we now have 4 doppelgangers to defeat, and rather irritatingly, they look exactly like our teammates.
Bet they made that fake food too.
Now, the single best way of
What the heck? Oops.
figuring out who to attack
It's me. What's your name?
is,
It's like they're changing into us.
look, they are. Basically, if you follow your target lines and attack them, also attack the ones that have got the red magic circles, but rather infuriatingly, they will swap with each other,
We're fighting.
and also swap with your party members, so you could never quite tell who's who.
To cast reverse on the hill circles, just give the order.
So this fight can be quite difficult. Still shouldn't cause you too much grief. I mean, the last story is not a hard game, but even then,
Hey, you know it's me, right?
either way, thank God that's over. I love this chapter, but that boss can be slightly annoying.
No regrets. Together, my men and I defeated that giant monster, and of this I am truly proud. I think some other monsters headed towards the island, but I have good faith that the villagers fought them away. However, the foul monster we bested was of a different caliber. No one could have faced it but us. Though no one in the village will ever know, my men and I fulfilled our duty as warriors. And so I leave behind this, my final log. If someone should read this, I implore you to let the villagers know of our fate. Tell them we fought bravely until the bitter end.
And please tell my beloved wife and son. The two of you were in my thoughts until the very end. And I love you dearly.
Father, Dad, he died to protect us.
I finally learned the truth about my dad. Thank you.
Everything changed for Yurick that day. His cold and cynical heart finally began to warm, thanks to his father's words and the kindness of his friends. With a warm smile of genuine gratitude, Yurick started to come to terms with his past.